Sabrina was born in São Paulo, SP, on August 11, 1981, before the accident that would change her life. She worked as a dog trainer, that is. She already had an active and dedicated lifestyle. When she was 18, Sabrina climbed onto a rooftop to adjust a television antenna. By accident, she touched a high-voltage wire. The shock was brutal. After months of hospitalization, 3 months in total, she had to undergo amputations. She lost both hands, her right foot, and the toes of her left foot. This event could have been the end of many dreams. But, for Sabrina, it was the beginning of a new life. She had to face physical pain, adaptation, and rehabilitation. After her recovery, Sabrina entered the world of adapted sports. She started in swimming, and then moved on to track and field sports, in which she remained for about 9 years. In track and field, she went through training, prosthetic adaptation, and learning techniques. It was a period of reconstruction, self-discovery, and inner strengthening. In interviews, she says that the sport helped her regain independence and self-esteem. During the pandemic, when the whole world experienced transformations, Sabrina discovered cycling through the athlete Adriano Matsunaga, introduced her to the sport, offered support, equipment, and encouragement to train. This new sport brought a different kind of energy. She felt there was a real chance to achieve success, and she embraced the opportunity wholeheartedly. In recent years, Sabrina has excelled in paracycling. Among her achievements, in 2022, she won a silver medal at the World Championships in the 500-meter track event, C2 class. In 2023, she won gold at the Santiago Parapan American Games in the C1-5 time trial. In 2025, at the UCI Paracycling Track World Championships held in Rio de Janeiro, she made history. She won the 1-kilometer time trial in the C2 class with a time of 1 minute 20 seconds and 20 milliseconds, setting a new world record in the category at the same World Championships. She finished her participation with a total of 4 medals to 1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. Thanks to these achievements, she became the first Brazilian woman among Olympic and Paralympic athletes to set a world record in paracycling track, cycling a symbolic and historic milestone. For the sport in Brazil, Sabrina frequently emphasizes that sport was essential for her reconstruction, both physically and emotionally. She states that the support of her family, friends, and team was fundamental. In competitions, when she steps onto the podium, she often mentions that it's the result of a lot of training, support, and faith, remembering that each medal represents overcoming fears and internal challenges. For her, sport brought back independence, freedom, and the feeling that life could and can be reclaimed, even after serious trauma. Why is this story so impressive? Because it demonstrates that a fatal accident which could have destroyed dreams became an engine for reconstruction, because it shows the strength to start over through resilience, sport, support, and faith, because it proves that dreams and achievements are possible, even in the face of extreme adversity, and because it brings inspiration not only to those with disabilities, but to anyone who has ever faced a setback. The message is one of hope and determination. What is paracycling? Is the version of cycling for athletes with different types of physical disabilities. There are 4 main types of equipment in paracycling. Conventional bicycle classes C1 to C5 * used by amputees. People with mobility limitations, neurological sequelae, etc. This is where Sabrina competes. Handbike H1 to H5. For athletes who pedal with their arms, tricycle T1 and T2. For athletes with severe balance problems, tandem B for blind people. With a guide in front, Sabrina competes in the group that uses a conventional, but adapted bicycle. How does Sabrina's bike work? Although it's a conventional track cycling bike, it undergoes specific adaptations, common adaptations for athletes like her. Adapted handlebars * with padded supports, where she places her arms, since she doesn't have hands. Repositioned brakes * usually activated by elbow or automatic mechanism. Depending on the race, special pedals * since she doesn't have her right foot. She uses clips and supports that stabilize the limb. Prosthetics: she does some races with prosthetics, others without, depending on the aerodynamic position. Adjusted bike geometry to improve balance, stability, and response to effort on the track. The bike doesn't have brakes like any Velodrome bike. What are the main physical demands of her sport? Explosive leg strength to reach high speeds quickly, anaerobic capacity. The races are short and intense, with a large accumulation of lactic acid. Fine bike control without hands, one of the biggest challenges. She controls everything with her forearms, elbows, and torso adjustment. Balance without part of her lower and upper limbs. Her center of mass changes, requiring constant technical training, strategy, and technique. Sabrina trains too. Maintain high speed with less oscillation. Manage power in the first 250 meters to avoid burning out. Adjust her torso for aerodynamics. Perfect start on the ramp. Essential in track events.